And Dippy the Dino goes the way of the dodo.
It was time to make a big change.
Well, he's inspired generations of school children in London for more than a decade. So why is Dippy the Dinosaur being put out to pasture? Global National is back after this break. It is one of Britain's most beloved exhibits, but Dippy the Dinosaur is being forced into retirement after 109 years at the Natural History Museum in London. Many Brits have a bone to pick with the curator's decision. And as Stuart Greer reports, the backlash is turning the dinosaur into a monster trending hit on Twitter.
He's been a familiar face to millions of visitors. Dippy the Diplodocus has greeted young and old for generations at the cathedral-like entrance of London's Natural History Museum. But this much-loved exhibit is about to be replaced by something even bigger.
It was time to make a big change, and actually we came up with the idea of displaying an example of the biggest animal that's ever lived. Now, it's not a dinosaur, it's a blue whale. And in fact, the blue whale that we're going to display enables us to tell some fantastic stories about the natural world and man's impact and place within it.
This will be Dippy's replacement, the skeleton of an enormous blue whale. It will be suspended from the ceiling of the main hull, so it will appear to dive down onto visitors. It's 25.3 meters long, and more importantly, says the museum, the real deal. You see, Dippy is a fake, a plaster replica given to Britain more than a century ago by industrialist explorer Andrew Carnegie. But all that doesn't seem to matter to the British public, who've become deeply devoted to the dinosaur.
Oh, it's an institution. It can't happen. Really? We're disappointed to hear that.
There's going to be an initial interest in the whale, but then, it's not going to have the staying power that Dippy has.
I think I prefer Dippy. I think I prefer the idea of Dippy.
Dippy's cute.
Come on, Dippy. Breakfast. Come on.
So deeply rooted in the British imagination, Dippy has even come to life in movies and on television, most recently in a program by famous naturalist David Attenborough. It may not be a popularity contest, but the shelves of the museum gift shop are packed with dinosaurs. You can't find any cuddly blue whales here. On Twitter, of course, there is a campaign, #SaveDippy, and it's trending. There are also those that think the change makes sense.
In terms of establishing the mission of the museum as something current and topical for thinking about the kinds of crises we're facing now in biodiversity, I think the whale is quite a good choice.
There is still plenty of time to see Dippy if you happen to be visiting. He won't be leaving the main hall for another 2 years, and there's talk of putting him on tour. So Britain's most famous fake fossil isn't about to become extinct. Stuart Greer, Global News, London.
Maybe there is a way to save Dippy.